Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wildermyth, where I am sad. I realized that it takes legacy points. I remembered that it takes legacy points to recruit people. We don't have any legacy points, and as such, we do not get to have a full party. Now, it's not 100% clear to me how we earn legacy points. I know that we just, we do stuff, and they accumulate, so I guess we're going to do some stuff and have them accumulate. But gosh, yeah, I sure do want to pick up at the very least a 5th member. So we can build a station here to earn some resources. It does feel like we should try to have some resource income. I would like to be able to build more equipment than we did during that first break. So I think for right now, let's just push through here and explore. Obviously, we have to be a little bit sensitive about time, but we're gonna have to open this up to get to the final objective anyway. So let us go and open the way, and hopefully receive some legacy points for doing so. On the far edges of Gladfield. Well, that's another patch of the Yondering Lands safely explored. Yes, and with nary a coin to show for it. Ugh, you would say that. Excuse me? What does that mean? They really do not get along, huh? Easy, Ineas. We're all tired, and you two have been snippy with each other a lot lately. It means that there's more to life than your money, purse, and personal comfort, especially since money is not actually even a resource in this game. I'm so sick of you always thinking about yourself. We're out here to help others. You remember them? Others? Sinetta, don't take his bait. Oh, yeah? Yeah. A solid comeback there, Sinetta. Listen, her brain was replaced with lightning. There's only so much she can do. Yeah, you got something to say about it? Can their rivalry get more rivalrous? Are there multiple levels of it? Let's find out. Oh, you bet your ass I do. Back off, Aeneas. I may enjoy creature comforts, but at least I'm not a hypocrite. What is that supposed to mean? It means we both like the jingling of a full purse of coins. And who wouldn't? But material comfort is an end goal for me, for someday later, in the future. For you, it's an obsession in the here and now. I don't know that that's borne out by anything that he has ever said or done. Screw this, I'm hitting the sack. Great, swell, nicely done. I'm sure that will ease the tension between the two of you. I wasn't trying to ease the tension, he had it coming. Maybe, but it takes two to make a rivalry. Well, I mean, that's fine by me, I want them to have a rivalry. So it costs legacy points to do the thing. Man. They are both 3 legacy cost. Well. So if we clear Thrixl areas, we'll buy time for the townsfolk. We gotta accumulate some points here. Alright, here in the Dragoncomb Grove, Strength 7 group of Thrixl. I'm concerned. That's concerning. Maybe we'll survive. This looks like a good place to camp for the night. Are you okay, Gladglin? Huh? Oh, yeah, sorry. I was lost in thought. It looked like some dark ones. Well, I guess I just never expected that this would be my life. Did I ever tell you that I used to work as a stonecutter? And working with something so heavy and brittle, you had to learn what shapes they liked. Hey, we've seen this one before. It may well have been him who did it, too. Because it's probably based on some hook that's on his character, right? So last time we did this, and he made a little battle map, and that gave us an advantage in the battle. If I do this, I wonder if it ends up being more of like a relationship progression between the two of them. They become better friends or something. Let's try it. I'm curious. You know, all I wanted was a spouse, a house, and some fat, happy children. But when the call came, I answered, same as you. It's not the life I envisioned, but we're making a difference. Maybe that'll just give us a different buff. That's a very abrupt ending, though. Okay, 3 more foes on turn 3. We got some dweevers and stuff, and... oh, a stone spirit. Man, I sure would love to catch a stone spirit. Alright, what are we doing here? Lots of things we can Splinter Blast, which is good because Splinter Blast is 100% mandatory on these higher difficulties, it turns out. Man, why does it always start... whoever your melee characters are, it always starts them as far back as it possibly can. That's very annoying. So the bard is probably going to... he has no thrusts, and he cannot stridulate anything else. So he's probably just going to attack us on his turn, would be my guess. What is Cherry's... does Cherry's thing give her warding? Extra armor, warding, and temp health. Okay. So I kind of want to have her, like, run up and calcify. But she's only going to be so effective as a tank if we can't, like... I have to move Sinetta forward to this tile to be able to attack anyone at all. It's just, you know... Alright, I think we're going to move Aeneas to here. Because we do have, like, we have to start getting work done. I can't arch this far enough away for it to matter. I think my first plan here is still the real plan. Let's Splinter Blast. Okay. Sadly, Sinetta's attacks are not armor-based. But it'll help with the Discus, at the very least. Yeah, she's, like, reasonably tough when we get her stuff all set up. So Sinetta would have to use Heroism. I may just have her Silk Step. I think I'm gonna have Galadglin run in front of Aeneas, I guess. Or maybe, you know what, I'm going to have him run all the way forward. He can wall with the scenery. What I was thinking was I wanted to make it more awkward for the enemies to attack Aeneas, but we know that Dweevers will just reach over people to attack. We've seen that happen before, so... I think I'm just going to Silk Step forward here. Okay, no big deal. Here come the others. Sadly, the Mind Worm is still super annoying. You could stop, though. You could just not do that. It would be fine. Well... The Mind Worm it really is the worst. And so he's only going to do 3 damage to the Bard, or 2 damage to the Bard, right? Because with Backslam, because he's only got 3 armor now, and it's going to reduce the armor by 1. So I cannot have him run over, Backslam, and deworm himself. I feel like heroes should not have to spend a lot of time worrying about deworming themselves. Right? Is that just me? Let's see. We can move Sinetta up here. I can drop a fire underneath the Dweaver. Try to get some damage in. And then Lightning Arms the Bard. Actually, I like that quite a bit. So now I can run up here, backslam him, and remove Mind Worm. And then we just have to get a tiny bit of damage out of one of the casters. Okay. So there's one of you two has to just hit that Dweaver for a tiny, tiny amount, and it could even be a melee attack. Although, obviously, we want to start setting up some real damage. Unfortunately, everything over here is rocks. So we're going to get very, very poor damage because they have all of the armor. I mean, she's pretty tough in her current state. Can run up here, infuse one of these things, and then just do a discus that is like okay in preparation for a better turn to come. Okay, Aeneas has to be orthogonally adjacent to the Dweaver to attack it, which is a shame. I don't know, will his attack do 3 damage? No, his sword is so nothing. Well, I guess just hitting it with a discus is fine. Right, this should totally work. Okay. Yeah, actually, it's quite a lot of damage once you get the armor off. All right, I'm gonna step her up into a danger position because she's really tough. Because that's like the whole thing we've been doing is she's really tough. I'm gonna interfuse and throw the discus from a different rock because range. Yeah, and it's bad either way. I think I care more about the Dweaver. Okay, not a big deal. Oh, hey, Thrixl. Yeah, and that stone spirit's just getting away. There's nothing we can do about it. I mean, no, I could totally catch it. That's a dead end. I could totally catch it next turn if I was willing to sacrifice 2 of Aeneas's turns, 2 of Aeneas's full turns to do so. Obviously, not overjoyed about the prospect. But, you know, actually might be doable. And then he could have himself a spoon of stone, which is it's not a bad idea. So if I move up to you, Thunderstomp doesn't do any damage. Never mind. I'm just going to do this thing that doesn't quite work, and then we'll finish you off with somebody else. Yeah, I think Aeneas is, in fact, just going to full sprint. Oh, right, that's where the... Of course the Stone Spirit's leading me into a trap. Well... That's really, really awful. I guess let's have her move up. Probably withdraw from this stone in preparation for future stones, and then try to give... No, am I not allowed to do that? I would like to rock shield my friend. Because I think he's about to get punched in the face real bad. Wow, that, okay. So that has infinite range and is not line of sight dependent. It's good to know. Well, oh, you tiny asshole. Of course it had to be in a position where I had to, is 1 tile away from me not having to use both of my actions chasing it. I wish there was something over here I could explode at them. I could make a tree, obviously. It's not the best. Yeah, Thrusks just have infinite armor, so... hardly even feels worth going after. Boy, what is my plan with you? So he'll resist this with his warding. Is the plan to run over here, chop, and then from over here we do heroism into 2 flanking attacks? It's still not really all that much damage is the core problem with that. But also, this thing does have to go down. All right, so now that its attention has been gathered, nope, even with it not having nearly as much warding, it's still really bad. Okay, that was a good time for a stunt. I think we have to abandon the Rock Spirit plan now. He has to back up some, and then he has to cast arches. Arches right here could be really good, or it may do nothing at all. And it's hard to know exactly where we can cast it, because there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to the tiles that it's allowed on. Like, why would it be allowed here and here, but not there? Without adjacent scenery. That's a very weird and arbitrary restriction. Well... Alright. We're going to toughen her up and then hide behind her, I think. So it looks like it has at least a 4-tile range. 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay, so it probably... I probably need to be in the space she's in right now, huh? Well, I think what I will do... This is far enough away that I shouldn't be in danger of the Dweaver being able to hit me. The Bard's going to be able to hit me kind of no matter where I go. I'd like to be standing next to some stone. This is probably right. So we interfuse with this stone. Calcify and wall with that. And then discus off of it to do... Yeah, this is the only legal target. Could have been worse. Okay, it had everything except the Bard is actually fine. It got the important ones. Yep, Stone Spirit, you are a total monster who exists only to cause suffering, and I hate everything about you. So there. It just ran right toward the spawning enemies, like, what cruelty, you know? Alright, so... Boy, I don't want to Mind Worm. I want to Splinter Blast so badly here. It probably makes more sense for us not to hit the Bard. Yeah, I'm going to do it like this. Then Cherry is going to discus off of this stone. Damn it. 80% of the things we do are going to get dodged. Okay, that's something. Alright, that's what I expected there. Alright, you definitely have to just, like, back up and deworm yourself there, friend. So the Thrixl is... taking the Thrixl down is going to be 100% about getting lucky. Right, we are going to require a stunt. There's no other way to do it. Let's see, we could withdraw, and then we could withdraw from, like, that rock, grab a fire, and dump the fire on the Bard. That's not a turn-ending action. Right, okay. Okay, good. So he should die at the beginning of his turn. Then I'm going to have you run around here. And I guess we're going to backslam this thing. I don't know that it much matters where it's sitting. I don't want to change its position relative to Sinetta, though. I want her to be able to hit it in the back. I think I back up. Part of me wants to run forward and fire chicken, but I think she needs to... We need to be very careful about her health. So I can fall back to here where she has another... Yeah, we'll just take advantage of a little bit of walling there. All right, I was hoping for a stunt. All right, Cherry is tough as hell. You did not take damage from the fire at the beginning of your turn because you have no respect for the game rules. Oh, hey, they do destridulate. Neat. Okay, we took some damage there, but nothing we won't survive. Gray bark armor. This is the same choice we made last time, and I'm going to make it in the same way. All right, so we did get 2 legacy points from doing that. The Scorier and the Seeker. Plus 25 days. Hooray. Let's go do a recruit immediately, right, before we do anything else. All right, welcome aboard Firion the Cowardly Greedwagon. You know, decisive goofball, hot-headed poet. I feel like we have a lot of poets around here. Romantic Greedwagon. What do we also, I guess, what are we looking for, like, in terms of class? Man, I wish there was a bigger spread. The game being limited to only 3 classes, I think, really hurts the potential diversity of your characters, especially given, like, you can end up with an awfully large difference between 2 infuser, 2 mystics or 2 scouts, but you have no control over whether or not you will actually get that diversity. They may show you very similar level up traits. All right, a poetical greedwagon will have to do. Yep, wait your whole life for the opportunity. Listen, I've heard it all before. So, do we want a second hunter or do we want a second warrior? I think if Cherry builds up the way we want, she's going to be kind of secondary warrioring already. So let's train Linveer as a hunter. Hunters do an awful lot of damage. And that's a thing we could really use. Let's help her get 25 days, really? Well, it's time enough to heal all of our wounds at least. Okay. When she's standing by a blaze, she gets bonus damage based on her potency, but also shredding. Also, shredding's important. No, ambush is amazing. We definitely take ambush. What an incredibly powerful ability. Okay, so were we to try to secure that? I do like having townsfolk survive. That feels pretty good. But also, we are so desperate for equipment. How long would that take? 31 days? It's pretty harsh. All right, hold on a second. I mean, there's no sense in running all the way over here, right? Just the travel time, it would not be worth pushing all the way in there. But I am kind of thinking, like, we probably want to fight some extra sites around here just because we definitely need to get as much experience into our heroes per chapter as possible. And especially with a new one. We gotta get you those first couple of critical levels. The good news is nobody's aging, really, so we are not any closer to retirement age. It's like, do I run over to Zuriel Timber, clear the Thrixl, and then come back and do the research then during the quiet period? I think that's probably better. Gosh, that's a lot of walking. Because then we're going to have to walk back, and then from Dragoncombe, walk all the way back over to... You know what? Let's just get this done. 2 mystics, and this is the best we can do. So we were never going to be able to avoid this. More Thrusks and more Dweavers, just what we needed. Alright, we got some Heartwoods to use for building, and we got some block, which I may give to Cherry. No, we should give it to Gladglin, because Gladglin gets so much benefit out of blocking. And then we are, in fact, going to push down to here. I'm sorry, townsfolk, we're trying. Alright, let's have at 'em. We just have to be very careful. I'm sure Linvir is going to be extremely squishy. Not that I care too much, but shouldn't Sonetta be back by now? It might be we overshot some, or she did. Should we backtrack a bit? Ah, this peddler may know. I was going to say, I thought this seems a little familiar, but yeah, we've seen this scene before. Wondering if you've seen a lady pass this way, dressed for the wilderness. Yep, she's not selling anything. She's leaving the village. But listen, folks have been disappearing back there. I don't know what's got into them. But it's not safe. I've packed my things and I'm heading out. Alright, well, that's a quest hook if I've ever seen one. So we sneak into the village. Is this the one where they're all, like, they've decided to be in a weird cult? Yes, it is. Okay. And they captured Sonetta somehow, which is very embarrassing for her. The Great One is unresponsive to their calls for the moment. Alright, attempt to reason with them or rescue Sonetta by force. Do we have any charisma at all that we are aware of? I kind of think... I wish I had looked, and I'm not allowed to look now, right? Yeah, so I'm going to guess that they're not going to do the reasoning thing. And also, we do need XP. Alright, the Great One demands sacrifice. Oh, look, it's real. Alright, it's just a bunch of farmers and also a huge creature made of fire. Magical fire. So... Linvir is... she's looking a little soft. She's not that much weaker than an uninfused Cherry. I mean, these three are easy enough. We probably do just want to... Like, I kind of want to step forward to here so that I can provide wall for Gladglin. Oh, except Gladglin can't even really... Alright, let's move you up to there. Obviously, we interfuse with a rock. Seems like a pretty good start. Oh, right, I forgot. Yeah, his weapon pins at a distance. Okay, well. Easy enough. I guess we just have you move up and also interfuse some stuff. Just to be ready. A bone lance and... Oh yeah, I found him. Can I... Oh, I just barely can't reach him with the bone lance. There's not really anything over here. I mean, I could tinker somebody. I could just set up a tree, preemptive splinter blast tree, because we probably are going to need it. I'm going to do that. Wow, that's not even within splinter blast range, is it? Nope, he moved so far that my tree is irrelevant. That's a little ridiculous. So I left the other rock thing for Cherry to interfuse on purpose. And I think that's... So when she's interfused, she doesn't gain damage, right? It's just toughness? Yeah. Temp health, armor, and warding. Okay. Well, we can still just have her thwack somebody with her wand for the purpose of setting up the crit angle, which is probably what is happening here. Obviously, I'd love to be adjacent to the stones. That is not really available. So unfortunately, the range on his attacks is not listed in the attack stats, which it absolutely should be. Because, like, this turn is very different if Chomp is a one-ranged attack versus if Chomp is a two-ranged attack, right? And we know for sure we're getting Linveer out of there, although I would like to wait until after other people attack before doing her attack. I think I am, in fact, gonna just have Cherry run around to here. Interfuse another rock thing to get even tougher. And then just thwack this dude. Can he be reached with a discus? No, he is actually he's like the perfect predator. He figured out exactly where he would have to be. So I just hit him to set the angle. And then Galadglin can come over and chop him up. I guess I probably do want to... Well, no, Backslam doesn't really... It does a single point of damage. I should wait until his armor's lower. Alright, then, yeah, Linveer runs away. Maybe I just put up ambush, like, in a place where he's not going to trigger it, because the bonus attack off of ambush... Yeah, a free attack at the start of the next turn. I think it gets the bonus 2 damage. I guess I'll put it right here. If he walks into it, that's fine. And then I guess I'm going to have you back up. It's not exactly what I wanted. But with the cooking pot, we could get a pin. Yep, he's 1 tile out of range for that. He's 1 tile out of range for this. I mean, what I really want to do is disengage from the bones, interfuse with this thing, and pin him. I'm just worried that he's going to be able to reach out and bite Aeneas, even with that being done. Okay, it shredded another armor. That's pretty good. Oh, also, he can certainly start a fire. Fortunately, we're doing a good job of blocking stuff. So, prepared shots. Actually, sorry. It should be Galadglin first. Galadglin, you are in a fire. Are you fireproof, my dude? Because he didn't take any... I don't think he took any damage at the beginning of the turn. I probably don't have to move him, but also I guess there's no reason not to. Alright, there we go. And we got ourselves a tier 2 spear. Well, right now, Linveer just effectively doesn't have a melee weapon. But should I... We don't need Cherry to have a walking staff. There are going to be times when Cherry's best move is run up and strike someone. So actually, I'm going to give her the spear. Yeah, it's a one-handed spear. She can use it with her shield. I actually like that quite a bit. The Great One is extinguished. We did the thing. They're still enemies, obviously. Let me first thank you, strangers. My name's Brania Slack, and my parents were among the first sacrificed by that man and his posse. All of us wound up under their thumb. Now that they're gone, I think all of us are going to pick up and leave these cursed stones behind. Yeah, this is in fact, I believe, exactly what happened last time. So it seems like a lot of the narrative differences between different versions of the same event are really just limited to like the little bits of dialogue. It's not actually different things happening. How long would it take to do this? 20 days and then we move on? That's probably worth doing. So we got ourselves some resources and some bonus health. It's either Galadglin or Cherry. I'm going to give it to Cherry. Cherry needs a little bit more of a push. All right, melee wizard. So in 0 turns, an incursion's gonna spawn. It's gonna spawn right here, right? So we're gonna end up having to fight the incursion to finish the chapter, which is a real shame. Nothing for it though. Oh, the incursion's coming from there. Oh, it's coming from both places actually. Well, I think our plan is to end the chapter before it gets where it's going. So we ignore the incursion. It's strength 11. So, I mean, obviously it would be better to fight it if we can. But I do worry about that. Also, apologies if the door noise from the hallway is coming through on the mic. I can't do much about it, sadly. Strength 11. So we've taken some pretty significant damage fighting a strength 7. We do have more bodies now, more bodies and more capability. And winning a strength 11 battle will give us more XP than winning a weaker battle. I think we have to try it. I think we really have to wring every little bit of strengthening out of this that we can without sacrificing any more townspeople. All right, so we could create a distraction to split their forces. I do like to start a bunch of fires as well, but let's try this solely because it's the one we have the best chance at. All right, armor and warding for everybody. Good work, us. So 6 more foe. Jesus Christ, 6 more foe cards. Here's 10 enemies. Plus probably another 12 in 3 turns. Good luck. Yeah, this may actually be impossible. This might have been too much already. So how do we want to approach this? And as ever, melee units furthest in the back. I mean, there's a real easy solution to this, and it's the one that, like, every other game of this type has been using for years. There has to be a deployment step. It's kind of wild to me that they pushed it in this state, frankly. All right, so let's pick up quite a bit of toughness here, and then I think we probably just want to start throwing... I may just want to inhabit another... interfuse another thing. Because, boy, these enemies are basically invulnerable before we start stripping their armor. So I could run up here and just hit Guardian. Yeah, like, all it would take is for him to be one row forward, and all of a sudden our setup's actually good. But because the game decides in a completely arbitrary and uncontrollable way who gets to start where, we have this really awkward position. So I should be able to pin some of them. I'm going to run up here and hit arches like... Yeah, let's do it here. Okay, little guy didn't get pinned. But this does buy us some time. So I'm assuming that the Dweavers... Well, I was going to say the Dweavers probably could just move to here and attack me across the scenery with their 2-range attack. But that's only a concern if they're not rooted. So do I want to run you further forward, or do I'm going to hit Guardian and hope that the Thrixl just chooses to come all the way up here. And then for her, I do believe it's set up ambush in front of the Dweavers. And there's just not much sense in doing that. So I think maybe I just rock shield myself. I probably just interfuse another rock. Like this one. Is this rock? No. Obviously there's a lot of value in keeping them from interfusing that, but no, that's fine. We'll reach out to this and take our other calcify. Yeah, we're just gonna have to have somebody destroy some of this stuff that they interfused. All right, That's kind of what I figured would happen, which is why I didn't want to stop Galaglin there. Once again, if he was allowed to move the distance he should have been able to move, it wouldn't have been a problem. So we can Splinter Blast now in a way that's probably going to end up killing both of them. Let's just go ahead and take that because, sadly, Linvier is probably not going to be able to do anything more meaningful. Enemies have a lot of numbers and also armor and also just a huge amount of scenery that we need to do stuff about. So these ones can't do the burn or anything. They're just going to use these to teleport forward. That's annoying. And again, probably annoying in a way I can't actually do anything about. All right, we have repinned you. It's an okay time for a stunt, I guess. Yeah, I kind of don't want to move forward at all. Like, I think we're relatively safe back here. And we can pull them to us like this. I do think it's a bummer that the Dweavers can teleport to anything that any Thrixl is interfusing, that it doesn't have to be something that they did. Because that makes it way harder to control. Like, it gives you very little counterplay. This would be a really good time for a Splinter Blast. So, since they have now interfused every object in the area, I mean, what I want to do is arches, but what I need to do is this. And then we need a way to remove a huge amount of enemy armor all at once. Which, yeah, Splinter Blast is the only way to do that. We can get some work done with the Chain Lightning because her base value is so high. Damn it. And then my plan was to have him run down around here and like really lay the thing out. And it is necessary for us to do that, I think. Cherry's tough enough to be able to stand right here and just fight. This is going to do some damage. Okay, he's able to finish the job by himself thanks to all of the Lover's Vengeance. I think we have to take advantage of her bonus damage if we want to do anything really meaningful here. And then she does not have the range necessary to stab a Thrusk from there, and I don't really want to move forward, so I guess I Discus for just a very small amount of damage. Unless, fingers crossed, maybe we get a stunt. Okay. Well, the bounces shred armor a little bit, which is nice at least. Awesome. I do love it when things teleport over to him while he is untouchable. Pretty good. I wonder why it moved. All of my armor is being shredded. Oh god. Okay. At least he's immune to being mind-wormed. There's a retreat button, right? Wait, where'd that bard come from? There wasn't a bard. Huh. I mean, think of all the XP we would get if we actually managed to survive this somehow. Well... Okay. They uninfused this. So we can... What is the... Okay, the area is like a... It's actually very awkwardly shaped and sized. This is a bad blast template for the situation that we currently find ourselves in. Well, we can just move Galadglin. That's my inclination is let's just move Galadglin to here. We take the Splinter Blast right there. And of course, the one Galadglin's near is the one that dodges. So now when Sherry uses a discus, you can get some actual real damage. I'm a little sad that I can't reach the Thrixl directly. Or the little one, I mean. The big one does have to go down as well. This is heroism time for sure. Okay. And then, there's no sense fire chickening. Yeah. But obviously we do that. Or... Let's see, we still have the Hunter's turn. But is it not going to bounce? My inclination would be to attack here and then have it bounce onto that one, but looks like it's just not going to do that. Oh no, it's just expecting not to do any damage. Wow. Can't shoot things that are adjacent to you, but we can Silk Step out of there. I can swap weapons to my tiny little knife. Yeah, you know, that's not nothing. I didn't even look at what the new enemies do. Nice. He has become untouchable. Please, other Dweaver, please try to attack him. Ah, so many bards. Oh, interesting. They can just come up through scenery. Okay. Well, that's a problem. So what exactly is your deal? Can I get my... Usually when we mouse over an enemy, it gives me a tooltip of what their deal is. So let's see. The Seeker can put people into stasis and can chomp. And the Scorier... There we go. Okay. It's got poison, and it can do that thing. Okay. So Cherry, we're still locked in on one stone thing, but there isn't another stone thing nearby, and she's been armor shredded so many times that she's starting to not be tough anymore. So we kind of want to run Galadglin up, I think. Now the Seekers have a lot of HP, but they don't have all that much in the way of shielding, at least not naturally. So this will actually be quite a bit of damage. Wow. That was a really good time for a stunt, my friend. So a discus over here could be very fun. It's so hard to know where it's going to bounce, though. She can still rock shield herself. So somebody's got to kill this guy. Oh, you know what? Ineas almost certainly needs to pick up a Splinter Blast. Why do you have to be spaced like this? Why can't you just not be nightmares? All right, Thunderstomp's only going to get me one guy. I sort of want to move her forward at the risk of maybe getting thrusted real bad. Step forward in Thunderstomp so that he will at least be affected by it. And then her Chain Lightning is going to deal pretty good damage here. I think the plan is for Linveer to just back up and shoot the Dweaver. Let's do that now, so that we know if it fails. Okay. Because obviously that thing going down is a pretty important part of the overall plan. Burning through the Seeker seems pretty important. Then maybe we just have Sinetta run over here and... Because Chain Lightning on the Seeker will kill it. We do have lethal on the Seeker. So if I step to here... there's an undo button, right? Undo move. I want to step forward, but not twice. And I think that Thunderstomp should be able to reach this guy from here. Nope. Can I please? If it's not going to work like that, you're making a totally different move. Oh, it's really scary though, because I don't want to leave Aeneas just out in the open. He's very low on health. The thrust could extremely easily kill him. Yeah, I guess just Thunderstomp right here and then start a fire on him. A non-turn ending action. Oh, she can't reach the action. Okay, well. What we can do is get this Scorier low enough on health that the fire will kill him. That's something. Aw. Block. Ah. Gladglin, my dude. Just get some free attacks. You must feast. We need you to feast. Okay, having some difficulties finishing the job. The Seeker dodged, but it's just going to die at the start of its turn, so we don't really care. The Thrusk is a real problem. To which the answer is almost certainly just stand still and punch it. I don't love that, but I do think it's right. And then now that it's been hit from that angle, nope, she can't even... She could run up and shank it because her other weapon does do double damage. Oh, it doubles the post-armor damage, though, instead of doubling the damage straight up. That's the worst possible way for that to work. So yeah, I guess you just have to start here. Cherry... We probably want to swap back over to wand mode. I had her spear out for earlier fighting stuff too. That was definitely not what I really wanted. So would running up and stabbing this thing actually do a point of damage? I don't think it will, right? Yeah, I'll do 3 damage, which will exactly hit its armor. So Cherry does have to hit it for it to die. Which means that we're interfusing a fire into it, I guess. I don't really have another move. So let's see. I can interfuse this and that. The thing is, I probably want Cherry to back up now, or maybe I want her to stand here. She's lost a lot of her toughness, which is, like, very concerning. But somebody's got to help Gladglin stay in the fight. And then Linveer swaps and ambushes. Okay. Good stuff, good news. Very, very carefully avoiding the ambush. Fortunately, this guy's not that tough. I'm definitely going to have Galadglin just charge the bards. Curses. So I wanted to flip him over and then punch him from the north so that we could get some good flank setups. Well, you having no armor does make my life a little bit easier, though. I think I'm going to... Yeah, we'll just... Rather than trying to set up a thing with Linvir, let's just do that. Now, the real danger is... Oh, hey, that's rocks. Oh, yeah, hell yes. This is me reaping. No, wait, me sowing. We've already done quite a lot of reaping already. Stunned? Aw. Okay, but Cherry gets to be tough again, which is cool. Then I get to... Boy, I really don't want to just be in a place where they get to shoot me for 6 damage. But I guess the idea is I'm killing one of them. So I can't take lethal. Yeah. Hunters really have, like, very silly range. I think it's going to try to run this way. Aha! Got him. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. Oh, and I really love him standing there. I think... Let's have Galadglin open up with an axe attack here, and then, yeah, that's a discus. Somehow we made it through that. Criminy. Well, yeah, 11 XP on everybody is super worth it. Untouchable no longer wears off after a turn, so it'll still wear off after one attack. I wonder. Grant an adjacent target 3 temp health and remove status effects. But it doesn't say it's a swift action, so I assume that it is not. Or does Galadglin just gain 3 max HP? You know, with him having Riposte and Untouchable, Engage is actually super good. And then some Warding. Probably best on people who are more likely to be close. That said, Galadglin's plenty tough. I'm going to give it to Sinetta. Sinetta ends up close to enemies in situations that I'm not entirely comfortable with pretty frequently. Another one bites the dust. You two done also? They have all fallen, never to rise again. We know. Who said that? I didn't hear anything. You okay over there, Linvir? She seems not that okay. I guess it was nothing. Aw, you're my terrifying angel of death, babe. That's just sweet. We know what you did. Hey, you weren't doing half bad yourself. I love watching you move. It's like an extended moment where they're just standing perfectly still, not adventuring, not going away from the side of the battle, just complimenting each other, and she is standing in the background being nervous about things. You okay, Linvir? What? Yeah, oh yeah, I'm good. I'll be right back. We know what you did. You can't hide the truth forever. We know. It's coming from this tree, for some reason. Okay, you know. What are you going to do about it? The ground around the tree's roots starts to rumble. From the moist earth, something gleaming emerges. What is it? Take it. Take it. It's a secret. You like secrets. You know, it is striking me that this text, without any modification at all, would work on absolutely everybody, right? Everybody has something they feel guilty about. Everybody likes secrets and shiny things. I do want to reach down to the sparkle. I have a chance of being able to resist, and I assume she would gain some kind of like personality trait based on her self-control or whatever, but I need to know. I personally need to know. Sorry, Linveer. Linveer reaches down, clearing aside the loose earth. Her hand closes around something, and yep, she gets pulled down. It's a trap. Obviously, that's the case. And then she's blue. You know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just end up being blue. Linveer is inhabited. Okay. That's ominous. That sounds like fun strategy. All right. The Seekers are less terrifying than a lot of the other enemies just because we can actually deal damage to them under normal circumstances. And sadly, that did not buy us any time with the Thrixl. So I think probably the right move here is to travel out of this zone to heal. Because I bet we'll heal up faster if we back off. In friendly territory, our healing rate will change from half to X2, I believe. And then we'll heal up and walk back in. And we'll probably end up losing some other townsfolk. Oh man, you know what? This is only strength 6. Maybe we could just do it. I'm going to give that a think. I'm going to call this right here for today, and thank you all so much for watching. And when you come back next time on Monday, I'm going to maybe just go ahead and roll from that super tough battle into this slightly easier one, because apparently no one can stop the Mothman's prophecy. And we'll see you then.